When the COVID-19 pandemic began, we were all called to use our talents in service of others. This month's difference maker, Dr. Erik Munson, answered that call in an impactful way. Together with his colleagues and talented students, Dr. Munson revolutionized the way we conducted testing on our campus. His efforts saved precious university resources and ultimately made our community safer. Let's learn more about Dr. Erik Munson.
My name is Erik Munson, and I am Associate Professor in the Department of Medical Laboratory Science within the College of Health Sciences. In the early stages of SARS coronavirus 2 infection, I thought that this was going to be something like any other influenza virus that would come up for a while, peak, then go away. Obviously, that was not the case.
With Marquette being a private school in the start of this pandemic, we really didn't have a state system to lean on to think about resources or how we would find ways to test and keep safe our community. Erik stepped forward as a researcher on campus and volunteered his time, his talents, and to help us in our testing protocol.
But in order to have a laboratory result that's going to impact patient care, that result has to come from a CLIA certified laboratory, and not every laboratory in the world is CLIA certified. And the Department of Medical Laboratory Science does have CLIA certifications. This is the area that does what's called the PCR. You've probably heard of PCR in the common media, right? So once we get the testing on the instruments, it takes upwards of about an hour and 20 minutes to generate a final result. For the spring of 2021 semester, I was asked to bring on a different PCR test, which is a surveillance test. And that's the test that's currently done in my laboratory here on second floor of Schrader Complex. So we started politely tapping students on the shoulder to come in to Health Fair Recreation Center to get screened with a saliva test.
Without his ability to do that saliva protocol on campus, one, it would have cost the university a lot more money in order to do the outside testing, and also by having it right on campus and him being able to develop that protocol and get same-day results, we were able to identify cases quickly.
But without Erik's contribution, we wouldn't be standing here today talking without masks, and Marquette likely would not be open. But he was one of the talents that we had on campus that volunteered, stepped forward and said, yes, I will. And he did it quietly, and there wasn't a whole lot of fanfare, and he continues to do that work.
I'm proud that our department, both from a testing perspective as well as our students, I mean, they've played a tremendous role in all of this. We play a role in the overall healthcare system. That's our goal. And whatever little we can contribute, that's what we do. I'm crossing my fingers that our efforts will not be needed much in the future. We'll see what happens, but I am proud of that role, probably the most.